Dale, and this is Dale's Addiction. Today is the March Q&A. These things roll around so quick. I'm not going to go on about how time's moving so fast. I just did. Sorry about that. Let's just get into the questions. I do these every month. Follow me on Instagram. You'll see them pop up on my stories. I post lots on Instagram about how I style my handbags. So if just seeing a bag unboxed is not for you, you need to see it in real life. Go check out my Instagram, please. And also, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, just hit that little red button down below and hit the bell so you're notified of when I upload new videos and make community posts, which is the other place that you can contribute questions for my monthly Q&A. This first question from Emerald City Luxe. Favorite perfume or luxury scent recommendations? Well, I'm not someone who experiments a lot with fragrance. I like what I like, and I like to have a signature scent. I'm not a seasonal fragrance lover. Maybe I'm a evening, daytime fragrance lover, but I don't see the point in owning hundreds and hundreds of fragrances. It's just not for me. It's overwhelming. I like to know that I smell a certain way all the time. And there's this kind of funny thing where you're known for a certain scent. It's familiar, and I like being familiar to people that I like and know. So look, I have to say that my favorite scent has got to be the Louis Vuitton Stellar Times. A recent discovery. I think I've had this maybe just on a year. It's a very expensive fragrance. The tasting notes, I'll pop up on the screen beside me. Tasting notes? That's not how you talk about it, is it? Fragrance notes? Bouquet? I don't know. See, I'm not a fragrance person. I just know it's very unisex. It has like an ambery, oudy kind of smell, and it with a floral undertone, but it's much more sophisticated, and I would say unisex. Stellar Times, love it. Originally loved Rose de Vence, still love Rose de Vence, but haven't been able to get my bottle refilled at Louis Vuitton for a few months now. I'm hoping that they will be able to do that. It's a nice everyday fragrance. But in the interim, I have been enjoying Maison Francis Paris à la Rose. If you can see it, can you see it? This one, it's probably a sweeter rose smell than Rose de Vence from Louis Vuitton. Again, I'll put the notes up here on the screen. But I got a candle in a Beauty Loop box with that one in it, and I really loved the smell of it for a day-to-day. So that is why I went ahead and bought the small... How many mils is it? I can't see, but I will link them all. Anything I talk about, I will link in the description box below. The Hermes H24. I received this as a wedding guest of Meredith's wedding from Living Luxe with Meredith. I will link her channel below. And she had 6 different fragrances for her guests as bonbonniere. And I was so glad to get this one. Again, it's another unisex fragrance. They all were. And this was actually the fragrance that her husband was wearing on the day. But I have to say, I really love how fresh and clean it is, but without being too citrusy, if that makes sense. And the final one that I adore, and I think it's because of my climate, it has this heady sense as well. It's the Loewe Woman 001 Eau de Parfum. A lot of people have bought this or told me they've bought it. It has a really coconutty, holiday, sexy nights on the beach kind of vibe. I don't know. I just love Loewe fragrance. Their candles are amazing as well. And while we're on it, my candle recommendation is Cucumber. Love it. So fresh and clean and like edible. Yummy. Carolina D'Souza asks, any thoughts on the Gucci Diana bag? I can share my thoughts. I don't think about it because it's a little too structured for me. It's very square. The grained leather with the bamboo I find a little busy. I don't know. There's just something. I love the vintage versions much more than the new version. I don't know why that is. I was really interested when it first came out, and when I went to see it, I just found it a bit too boxy for me. But gorgeous colour range. I love bamboo, but I think the big pebbled leather and the bamboo, and then the neon kind of bamboo ties, I don't know, it's just a bit much for me. But a plastic bird named Gary is not. Rena asks, what are the popular sunglasses for people who live on the coast in Australia? It depends. Australia is such a huge country, and the majority of us are based in cities or, you know, suburban city areas. When I think of people who live on the coast, I think about people who live in remote coastal areas who do a lot of fishing and are on the water a lot, in which case it kind of wouldn't fall into the luxury category. They'd be wearing Maui Jims and Oakley wraparound sunglasses, like sport sunglasses, polarized lenses and those sorts of things. People in Australia, most people in Australia, I would say, would wear sunglasses every day, whether you live on the coast or not, because we have a really bright light. Even in our winters, we don't have dark days here, like some other parts of the world. So we are exposed to a lot more sunlight the whole year round. So sunglasses are always a good idea, making sure that they meet our basic quality standards for sunglasses to protect your eyes. We actually have stickers on the sunglass lenses if they don't do anything. If they're just for fashion and they don't provide any protection, they're actually required to place a kind of a warning sticker on them for that reason. Mon from Polka Dot and Pearls asks, do you still like Mr Zimmy? I will scroll their website over here. The short answer, Mon, is probably no. A couple of reasons. One, I always found it hard to find a print. So there were only like 2 prints that I bought, and I think they were both actually 2 polka dot prints and a floral print. But I found that I was always compromising on the colorways. Like there was never a colorway that I really loved. They also do a lot of empire seams where they put a seam right under the bust and then the dress kind of falls from there. That's not a shape that works on me. I need to have the kind of tuck in at the hip situation, the A-line shape. That works for me a lot better than a lot of these kind of smocky, really loose dress styles do. So the combination of compromising on colours with the prints that I like and the design, I guess I've just figured out that they don't really work for me, and as much as I want them to, they don't. Eileen, hey Eileen, she says, do you pick the bag then the outfit or the outfit then the bag? It kind of goes both ways. If it's an event or something, it's always the bag first. It's always the bag and the shoes first, and then I figure out what I'm going to wear with those. If it's for work, it's probably the other way around. I pick the outfit and then I pick the bag. If it's casual, it could go both ways. Normally I'd say it's probably the outfit then the bag for just casual running errands kind of stuff. But anything where I know I'm going somewhere, I always pick the bag first. It's like an absolute treat to be able to wear some of my bags. The Katie Danger. Hi Katie. How do you decide which bags make it to your collection versus which ones just get admired? I don't know if I've figured that out yet, Katie. I feel like I've passed on some beautiful bags because I didn't need to own them. The one that comes to mind is Fendi's Fox Fendi First in the poppy colour. Put a picture of me trying it here. When they showed me this bag, I almost had tears in my eyes. I thought it was that beautiful. I know, that's what happens to me. But I really did. And The reality in that situation was that there were other things that I was waiting on, and the time had passed for me to, you know, have that bag as a priority on my list. And I'm not chasing it now, and I won't chase it. Like, it's gone. It's a good example. Any other bags that I will admire but not buy? What's the criteria? I think the criteria is simply, can I afford to buy it now, and where does it sit on my priority list against the other pieces that I want to buy? And the reality is, if it's not at the top, it's probably not coming home with me. Yeah, I probably need to think about that question some more. I mean, as in, to help me. Chris from the Thick Titan asks, what's your favourite type of cereal? I don't really like cereal, Chris. If I had to choose a preference, like if I could only eat cereal for the rest of my life, what would I choose? Probably a Bircher muesli. So is that even a cereal? Because you have to make it. Yeah, probably like a roasted muesli with some like berries and nuts in it. Yeah, I don't care for cereal. I know. I'd pass. Katie asks, what's your favourite Easter egg? Oh, well, that's an easy one. Daryl Lee, a chocolate company here in Australia, do the Rockley Road Easter egg. It's a half Easter egg, and it's full of the best Rocky Road ever, but they call it Rockley Road, like Daryl Lee, Rockley Road, and to eat it is impossible. You just either like this, or you get a serrated knife and you just chop it into bite-sized chunks, because I keep my Easter eggs in the fridge. I like my chocolate cold, and so it gets so hard that you break your teeth before you break the egg. That is my favourite. I also love a red tulip elegant bunny. I think the red tulip bunny chocolate is the best. I don't like the Cadbury bunnies, and I don't like other inferior chocolate brands, generic chocolate brands that make bunnies either. I loved the Humpty Dumpty egg when I was young. I love, you know, the eggs for the egg hunt, you know, they're Cadbury, I think, which are just kind of thin eggs that you can crush. I love those as well. Yeah, I've been pretty good this year. Normally when Easter eggs are in the supermarket, like, I'm buying them for months before actual Easter, and then I don't buy any for Easter. But this year I've been good. I haven't bought any bunnies at all. I might need to buy some eggs. Chris is back again. What's your favourite font? I really don't know, Chris. I don't know enough about fonts. I think I use Calibri Light as my everyday font in my business. Is that bad? Is that a basic font? Let me know. Give me some suggestions on fonts that I should look into. The Closet by Connor. Hi, Connor. If you were to sum up yourself in 5 words, what would they be? Oh, off the top of my head, 5 words. I would say authentic, playful, optimistic, slightly introverted, that's a hyphenated word, and loving. This is a part of a 3-part question from Dr. Maisali. I would like to get myself something for Mother's Day / my child's birthday. I do it every year, but I'm uninspired by anything at the moment, maybe because I feel the economic tone is quite heavy. How do you find inspiration for something new and special? Do you feel jewellery is more treasured? Well, absolutely you should get yourself something special. I think if you're somebody that likes to celebrate or mark occasions with special pieces that you treasure, absolutely you should do that. If you're uninspired, perhaps start asking yourself some questions about things that you use or wear every day that you would like a luxury version of. that I think is a nice place to start. So it could be earrings, a scarf, it could be a necklace, a bangle, a bracelet, earrings if you want to go with jewellery. I love jewellery. You know, I'll never try and talk you out of that. It could be a watch, it could be a belt, it could be a beautiful everyday handbag, a key pouch, a wallet, a diary, agenda cover, a passport holder, lots and lots of things I can think of that you might use every day but not have a luxury version of, or not have a special version of, that you might want to upgrade as one of your mementos. So hopefully that helps. Get out of PJs asks, just landed my dream job but now I have imposter syndrome. How do I get out of it? I think the first video I did on my other YouTube channel called Proving Potential was about imposter syndrome. I apologise to everyone that's subscribed to that channel that I haven't posted on it for a long time. I just haven't felt inspired to make work-related content for me. It is work to research or to kind of put together those topics, and I take them more seriously than talking about luxury handbags and the like here. That just kind of flows for me. So I would say go and watch that video. I believe that I talk about imposter syndrome there. But I'm coaching someone at the moment who forever worked their backside off to get the title of general manager, now has it and has massive imposter syndrome, won't talk about themselves as part of the management team, won't refer to themselves by their position, talks down their status in the organisation. And yeah, it's a very real thing. And I think it comes from fear of failure. And the reality is we are all in the same boat. And I would suggest just talking about it will help you rationalise your thinking. Talk about it with a trusted friend or get yourself an executive coach and talk about it. And then you will own your feelings. They won't own you. That's my top tip. Lily Yogini, which Fendi bag do you end up wearing the most? P.S. I love your content. It's very uplifting. Well, thank you very much. The Fendi bag that I wear the most is actually on my bed. Those of you who follow me on Instagram will know the answer. It's this one. It is my neutral. It goes with everything. This is the mint green from the fall winter of 2022. It's full of things because I'm using it. I think this colour is a neutral for me and my wardrobe. Matches my eyes. It goes with every colour, everything in my wardrobe. If I kind of just pass it around, my clothes there, it goes with everything. It's got to be this one. Super easy. I wish it had an easy crossbody strap option. I really do. So that there are times when I'm just carrying it on my arm like this and I'm like, God, I wish I just had my hands free. So I am looking for a really complementary coloured strap for this one so that I will have the option to crossbody it more easily than joining the top handle to my O-lock strap or, you know, to the longer shoulder strap. I'm pointing over there because that's where it is. Mrs. Moose, hi Jean. She asks, who is your celebrity crush? I don't really have celebrity crushes because Mr Addiction is perfection. If there are people that I have enjoyed, they're usually not a popular choice, like enjoyed watching. So Tom Cruise, love. Keanu Reeves, he's a cool dude. Benicio del Toro, I don't know. Javier Bardem, Gerard Butler, yeah, blokey blokes. That's what I like. T for two, how you going? Most used bags from your collection, bags you could have done without. I think that's probably a video topic on its own. Absolutely, that's a great question. I will make you a video on that one. Living Dead Claire, what do you do to maintain good work-life content creation balance? That is a great question. I have actually felt recently that I've probably been spending too much time doing YouTube content creation, not enough time doing healthy lifestyle. And my recent vlog was where I went, well, why can't you do both at the same time? And I took you on one of my hill walks. I'll link the vlog up here somewhere. I really enjoy being active, but if I'm tired, if I want to prioritize getting things done, I will always drop exercise, lifestyle things first. I will always drop them first, and I'll go to the things that have a tangible impact, that produce a product. And sadly, I haven't got to the point yet where I recognize doing something for myself, like going for a walk or something that's good for my lifestyle. I haven't recognized that that has the same, if not more, beneficial impact to me than, you know, doing some housework, doing some work, doing a YouTube video. So I have actually just started talking about maybe doing less YouTube videos so that I always make time for myself to do some of those things that are good for my health and lifestyle. In terms of balance, I don't know if it's about balance. I think it's about prioritizing and integrating. And I think, you know, this whole concept of work-life balance is very flawed, because it assumes that those three things, you know, if you add content creation, exist independently of each other, whereas they all fit into my one life. And so for me, it's about prioritizing what's most important and making time for that, and then looking at what time is left and what my motivation levels are and how much joy I'm going to get out of something, and then decide, will I do it? Will I postpone it? Or, you know, do I feel like I've got heaps of energy and I'll crack on? Yeah, so that's kind of how I think about it. And some thoughts that I'm having currently. Artsy was the first. I'm always shocked when I see rude comments on YouTube. How does this affect you? I struggle to understand. I just go to feeling sorry for people. That's what I do. Because I can't rationalize that people would be so cruel if there was nothing wrong with them and their mental health and wellness. And I just don't think that nasty, evil people exist. I think that they are projecting how they feel in the world onto other people, whether that's they feel insecure, so they attack to defend themselves before anyone else can attack them, whether it's because they hate that characteristic about themselves, that when they see it in others, they want to point it out and it makes them feel good and superior. There are a lot of anonymous people that hide. They don't have profile pictures. They don't have an online presence that throw a lot of shade. And there are a lot of people that do have an open profile and an online presence and throw shade and can justify it through some odd kind of narrative. I'm getting better at accepting the fact that it's not about me. It's about them, and I feel sorry for them rather than angry at them. Lizzie C. Hi Lizzie. She says, what do you think of the new green spring colour for Dior, Vert Ethereal? It is divine. It is beautiful. If you haven't seen my March subscriber unboxing, there are 3 pieces in that subscriber unboxing. One's Dior, 2 are Fendi, very similar shade of green. Mwah, chef's kiss, absolutely divine, stunning, neutral, but green, beautiful, like gardeny greens. It's not vivid, it's not neon, it is just, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful sage, I don't know how to describe it, but it's gorgeous. Thank you for asking. It is gorgeous, and I'm looking at it, sadly. I can't look at it. Fragabilissima asks, although you're not into vintage Fendi, which one bag would you like to own? I think I might have answered this one before, but it would be this one, the original of the Mirror Baguette. Bella, I would love to own it. And our mutual friend Una, she's on the Instagram handle at VintageLover83. She has it. She has an amazing collection of vintage baguettes. One day, if she ever gets sick of it, I hope she offers it to me. Bella also asks your most and least liked Fendi bag of the current collection. Oh my god! My most and least liked. Well, so I'm going to exclude my made to order from this answer because it will never be one of those listed bags. It will always stand on its own. So I'm going to say my most liked is probably my Peekaboo ICU. It just makes me happy, this bag. I love it. I love how soft and supple it's getting, and the more I use it, the more I just adore it. I'm going to say my least liked is this one, my Bubblegum Nano. And I think it's because of this silly little clasp. It's so small. The new Nano baguettes have big clasps on them. And I just find this one, like, even though it's very well made compared to the new ones, I think, it's just, I probably don't love it as much as my other ones. Bella again, describe your fashion style in 3 words. Done but undone. Was that a trick question? I had to count the words. You're thankful for your YouTube career because, well, firstly, I would never call it a career because I just don't look at it that way, and it always makes me giggle to hear YouTube being called a career when it's not a full-time gig, you know. I'm thankful for it because of the connections I've made with people like you. That's simply put. I have real genuine friends here on YouTube. I also have real genuine trolls. I'm not thankful for them, but I'm really thankful for you guys. The people that send me messages and check if I'm okay when someone says something nasty. The people who see something and think Dale would like that and send it to me. The people who I talk to on a pretty much daily basis about life and bags and the things that make us happy that we can't talk to anyone else about. So that's what makes me very, very thankful. Your opinion on social media cancel culture. I think it's it's fraught. This answer is fraught with problems, but I'll give you my answer. I think, who do these people think they are? That's what I think. Your next wish bag. I don't have any wish bags. I really don't. I thought maybe another MTO would be my next wish bag, but even now I'm really happy to just sit with what I have. You know, one day hopefully I'll come across one of those beautiful Chanel Perspex special pieces. Okay, while we're on Chanel, I have been half-assed looking for the By the Sea bag, the one with the sand in it, the Perspexy, like the plasticky one with the sand in it. I've been talking to people about that. I am probably looking at that bag. I'm looking at it. Yeah, I am. Okay, you got it out of me. Holly Grace Scarrett. Hi Holly. Cash in one bag for a holiday somewhere. What bag and where would the dollars take you? Well, that's easy. I'd cash in this one because I think I'd get the biggest bang for my buck for this bag. What would I get for it? I don't know, maybe 8 grand. Where is that going to take me? Probably not too far. Maybe I would go to Japan. Yeah, I'd go to Japan. I'd sell my jumbo and go to Japan. That's what I'd do. But the reality is I'll do both. I'll keep the jumbo and go to Japan. Live for, hello, excluding Fendi, what's the one brand you could only buy for the rest of your days? Well, it would have to be Louis Vuitton. They just have the most, I've got a fluff or something on my face. They just have the most interesting, fresh, innovative collections, colours, collaborations. Even the menswear is really interesting. Yeah, it would have to be Louis Vuitton. Leela Me, what do you think of the new LV store in Brisbane? I'll let you know next week after the welcome cocktail opening event that I'm going to. So I will not be going until then. Has the Carryall MM replaced any bags in your collection? This one? Well, no, it hasn't. It's just filled a spot in my collection. The reason I bought this is because I sold my Chanel GST because I didn't think it was quite me. This is absolutely the perfect replacement for that, but it is not replacing anything else in my current collection. Geraldine Vance. Hi Geraldine. What do you think about the move to call out fake bags, and will it make a difference? I think that if people are touting items and they don't stipulate if they are genuine or fake, and by fake we mean that they are designed and labelled as per the genuine article, I think that's a problem, especially if you have influencer in your job description, for sure. I think that, you know, if we're talking about fake Birkenslayer, I think you've got to be fair with people. You know, once upon a time in the press, they used to give the person a heads up to get an opportunity to kind of get ahead of the story and come up with a statement, or, you know, label their posts appropriately and say this is not a genuine article Hermes bag. Like, no one would probably notice, but then you would disempower them. They would have the option to say, listen, we suspect your bag's fake for these reasons. You know, and then you can take some action, but they don't do that, and they don't provide evidence of why they think it's fake. And I think that that lack of the opportunity to respond is very unfair for people. But I do think overall there's some benefits around if people care about being called out, maybe they won't buy fakes. Geraldine also asks, is there a city you haven't visited that you want to? Heaps. Heaps. Tokyo, Kyoto, Okinawa, so Japan, obviously heaps of cities in the US, Canada. I feel like I've gotten across a lot of the major, you know, fashion cities. I'd like to see Athens for the history. Yeah, plenty, lots. All right, Susan Vivian asks, what's your favourite exercise to do? I love to walk and I love to dance. If you could have a holiday home anywhere in the world, where would it be? Right here in Australia on the Sunshine Coast. Oh, it can't be in Australia. A holiday home. Oh my goodness. Well, I'd have to have an apartment in Positano. It would take me a long time to get there. When are you, Connor and Meredith all doing a live? We've actually been talking about it, but it's like trying to herd cats to get us all together at a time that works with the majority of our subscribers, because you guys are all over the world, a lot of you very different time zones to us, and for us that means that we would have to start early, like 7 or 8 a.m. on a Sunday morning, which, you know, we would do for you. Well, I don't know if Connor would do it for you, but Meredith and I would do it for you. Jenny Gower. I just want to say what a beautiful lady you are inside and out. Oh, thank you, Jenny. When are you catching up with Connor and Meredith next? Next week, hopefully, for the Louis Vuitton opening. So we might vlog that one and share it with you guys. Thank you, Jenny. Erin asks, how's your fashion style changed over the past 10 years and how do your stepdaughters react to your YouTube channel and purse collection? I think my style is ever evolving, Erin. Great question. I think I care less about not fitting in with current trends anymore. It used to really make me sad that I couldn't wear what everyone else was wearing, but now I know what to choose, what shapes, styles and silhouettes work for me and colours, so I kind of feel more empowered in that way. So I beat myself up less about not being trendy per se. So I have one stepdaughter and daughters-in-law. What do they think about my YouTube channel and purse collection? I think they're like, oh, that's cool. But yeah, they don't really engage with me that much about it unless like we're together in person. Sometimes my stepdaughter will send me bags to have a look at and say, oh, this is cool, and we'll talk about them. But yeah, it's definitely something that I kind of tend to enjoy in solitude and with you guys. There's not many people in my life that are interested in it at all. Nazneen, what were the reasons for selling your Chanel 19 Caramel and Multicolour Canvas Fendi? I love all your videos and never miss any. Thank you so much. The simple answer is both of those bags were just too brown for me, Nazneen. Just too brown. I felt like they were like bags that I was using to fit in. I should have a neutral brown bag. I should. Whereas I know now that I don't need to. So I'm thinking by the length of this Q&A that I'm going to split this one in two. So thank you for joining me for part one. Make sure you come back for part two. I'll post it within a couple of days of this one so you don't get too sick of me. Remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Catch you in part two. Bye.